Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. So excited to have you join me on this terrific Tuesday. Also excited for my guest, always, who's in the building. Because, you know, we have some of the dopest guests, y'all, and I'd be pumped to have them here to share their amazing stories. We got Hkwaua'Que'Jol Hollins here, y'all. He is the Youth and Family Services Manager for King County Library Systems, and I'm so grateful that he is here to not only talk about some amazing programs that they have for back to school and tutoring, but I'm just excited to hear about his background. You know me, I got to get into it and figure out what makes him so special in his role. And that's where I want to really make sure we hit that point today. But I'm also wanting to hit the point with you right now, because y'all know this is the top of the show. This is where you get to help us grow by sharing this show with others who you feel can benefit from our daily dose of dopeness we give you here on the Day with Trae. And as always, if you cannot watch us, that's okay, because trust and believe we got you covered in this modern day technology. You can always also listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and the Day with Trae. You will find us there. Now, before I get into it with Q, I got to say, there's really something special about the back to school energy, right? And as a parent or anybody who has young people in your life, you know that there's a mix of emotions, and sometimes it depends on what grade they're going into, right? Like my son gets excited about the beginning of school no matter what grade he was going into, right? My 11-year-old just here for it. Every single grade, he's here for it. Who am I going to see? What friends am I going to make? Okay, what outfits am I going to wear? Like, he's into it. My oldest son, I think by middle school, he was over it. It's like, okay, we're just going to go. And I think his generation also suffered the, like, let me wear pajama looking things to school. Okay, my youngest son, not about that life at all, right? He's like, Mom, I need the spray ground backpack. I need this and this and that. He was so serious about it. But I'm loving to see him flourish in 6th grade, y'all. Now, I'm really excited, and I get to do a proud mama moment because his teacher for science, she's also his teacher for mentorship. She, like their homeroom kind of teacher, right? She messaged me and said, my son is leading for the 6th grade boys, okay, at his school. Now, come on. That is not only a proud mama moment, but he is stepping into this form of leadership that he has really been developing for years. And it's a beautiful thing to watch this thorough line happen with him, where I've heard this from other teachers. I've experienced it myself as his mother. You know, his coaches say the same thing. He's very serious as a young kid, but he also knows how to have a good time. And so I'm grateful because he understands he has a jam-packed schedule, y'all. He just does. Look who his mama is, right? So he's in a lot of different things that keep him really busy, but he loves those moments of, Mom, I'm so grateful I just get to be a kid right now. So he knows the difference. And I'm really grateful that I'm not only providing that environment for him, but that his village shows up to support him in that. And so kudos to everybody who has contributed to young people finding themselves. You know, it doesn't always mean that it's just the parents. We know this. And that whole motto of it takes a village to raise a child is so real. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who is a part of a young person's village. You are contributing to the well-being of the future of our society. And okay, we all know we need it right now, right? We need them to be totally confident about who they are as young people, what they're bringing to the world. We also need them to be thinking critically at younger and younger ages now in terms of how they're going to show up as a citizen of whatever state or county or space or place they're in. How are they going to show up, right? What kind of values are they going to carry forward? Those things start in childhood, y'all. So there's a lot of great energy that happens with back to school. And of course, all the administration, y'all do such a great job of trying to hold down the spaces and hold the fort down when parents are at work. So it's just really, we have a village model with schools in general. And I'm so grateful that Q Hollins is here, because up next, Q Hollins is going to be telling us how King County Library Systems are a part of that entire village because they have programming and amazing things for young people. And so I'm excited, y'all, because they really are a part of that village. And I was able, as a young parent, to experience it with my oldest son. So I'm looking forward to learning more. And of course, I'm sure you are too. You don't want to miss this. So stay tuned. We'll be back right after this short break.
Here on Back to Vesa, it's always been important to me that we uplift stories from across the region and that no matter where you live in the nation, you never have to miss a moment of the show as we continue to highlight the beauty, excellence, and resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because representation matters. So no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I encourage you to join me on this Back to Vesa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best in our communities.
We're electric. I feel like the fans can feel that, and we're just going to keep this going.
He struck him out! Gino, like he never left Seattle!
Keep bringing the energy. We really need it. Let's go.
Got him at home! Goodbye, baseball, Cal did it!
We show a lot of heart. This team has a lot of fight. You guys have been electric. You guys are the key to this, so thank you guys.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me is Q Hollins. What's up, Q?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Well, I'm so glad you're here. KCLS, King County Library Systems, was such a huge part of me raising my children, right? Like just free programming, story time, all of these things that I found to be so helpful. And so before we get into your role, I want to get into the background because, the enthusiasm you have to have as, your role, Youth and Family Services Manager. Tell us what got you kind of there. What kind of skills did you bring to KCLS?
Well, I tell you what, I was in education at first. So I was one of those kids that didn't have the most appropriate upbringing, you could say. Mm-hmm. And so I had to do some things in which, going back on, I didn't make the best decisions. Mm-hmm. So I went to alternative school. From there, I went to a small Christian college. I then had to go to the University of Oregon, which I love to death. I got my master's degree in education, and then I moved back east, and I was back there for about 10 years. And my focal point was on kids, and not just kids, but how do we help kids get out of situations where they don't feel like they have very many choices. Mm-hmm. After being in education for 20 years, I still wanted to work with kids, but in a different capacity. And that's when I came to KCLS, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Wow. I mean, such an extensive history, Q. Clearly, 20 years of experience is so needed in a role like yours, too, because it sounds like you have that same enthusiasm today. Tell us how you're taking that into some of the programming that y'all are doing through King County Library Systems.
Well, just making sure that our programs are not just geared towards one kid. Yeah, it's geared towards all kids, and we're trying to make sure that we encompass the whole community. And not just that, but asking for feedback and wanting to know what they might want and need, and making that a process. So we're really proud of what we're doing. We're really proud of where we're going, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Wow. I mean, one of the things that I think I experience is for libraries, they are the spaces that a lot of families are going to for resources, to find the information that they need. So there's a lot that's available through libraries. And I'm particularly just fascinated with, the connection to community that I'm seeing happen more and more. Tell us how that connection really helps in terms of the programming that youth and families are looking for.
Well, we are making it part of our goals to make sure we seek out and bring in input from the community. It just can't be our way. It just won't work. Not in today's times. There's no way. And so we're making it part of our process to really ask people what they might want to need, and really relying on partnerships and then trying to bring that together. For us right now, and I've only been in libraries for a couple of years now, it's a new process as we go forward, but we're committed to it. And you can definitely see the results. If you just look at our summer reading numbers, the first year I started, we had approximately 12,000 finishers. This year alone, we had 35,000 people sign up for the program.
Wow.
So you can see the improvement as we go about and really focus on some of the communities and bringing everybody to the table.
Wow. I mean, those are phenomenal numbers, phenomenal gains, but it's also something that has been going on since I was a youth. I mean, that summer reading program is strong. So I love hearing that, this deeper connection to community can also end up with those kinds of results. When you look back at some of the things that you're excited about, I know y'all have back to school programming happening and tutoring. Tell us about some of those programs.
Well, we have the Study Zone program that's been going on since 2001. It first started at 5 branches as a starter. Now we're at 38. This year alone, we're at 8,500 people coming by for the online program. We're at 4,000 people coming in for the in-person. We have 625 volunteers. We have over 15,000 hours. And so we're looking to grow, and we have different types of programs. We have Talk Time, we have Reading Buddies, we have Math Club, and we also have this thing called Brain Fuse, in which Brain Fuse can be used from first graders, any subject, to all the way up to college if you need help with the term paper. I mean, it's a phenomenal program, but we have a little something for everybody.
Wow. I mean, honestly, I didn't realize that there were so many different types of programs, right? I think I remember Study Zone because it was like, come, after school, get your study on, right? Like buddies who could partner up and study together and things of that nature. But to understand that y'all are utilizing not only the brilliance of staff, but this connection to community, bring the programs that are needed right now into fruition is incredible. So thank you for sharing those programs. Now, you mentioned one that I'm not too familiar with. I got to ask about here. What is Talk Time? Tell me more about that.
Talk Time is when students log on and they might not be familiar with the language, or they might not be comfortable just talking in general. And so we'll have volunteers there that'll help lead conversations. It'll help you with your vocabulary. It will help you, with your social interactions. Because, today's day and age, sometimes that's hard.
Yeah.
So it helps you through that. And it's a wonderful thing, because once you log on to the site, you're met by a receptionist. That receptionist then guides you to whatever it is that you're there for, Talk Time, Reading Buddies. They'll guide you to that certain room, and then you're met by one of our staff volunteers who then engages you in the program. I mean, it's a really neat thing.
Wow. Well, studies actually do show, too, that young people learn well and I think achieve higher grades when they have, a village kind of model around them, when they can do it with their peers. So y'all are taking that understanding into consideration as you create these spaces for young folks. So it's amazing. Of course, people are connected. Folks who live in King County have access to KCLS, right? King County Library System. And y'all have done a really great job because you have multiple branches and you have to coordinate this. And so when you talk about 625 volunteers, it takes that kind of commitment. I just want to hear from you how you feel like people can really get engaged and get involved with their local library.
Well, first of all, make sure that you come and volunteer. Our volunteer program, especially for adults, was stepped back, but it's coming into fruition. It's actually starting next year as we hire a volunteer coordinator. We are also have our students that volunteer that make up a bulk of Study Zone. If you want to volunteer with that, go to kcls.org/back-to-school and or go to our kcls.org website and click on Study Zone and just get involved. It's a wonderful thing. You can volunteer as little as an hour to as much as 5 hours. A lot of our schools out there need that graduation requirement now, and this will get you that volunteer graduation requirement. And why not do something where you know you're making a difference and helping the youth? That's what I'd say.
Wow. Q, phenomenal. Thank you for your enthusiasm and for all of your years of expertise in bringing it to KCLS. I mean, we need that kind of expertise at the table. And so I'm so glad to have met you today and to learn so much about your background and what you're excited to do to bring these programs to young folks. Of course, you already gave us the websites and everything else. Is there anything else that you want people out there to know that you could talk directly to them and tell them about events or programs or things that they may find of interest to them? I just give you one shot to look right there and let them know.
Yeah, come out. Your libraries, we have 50 branches. They're always doing amazing programs. We have the most wonderful librarians in the world. I'm very competitive, and I'm telling you, we're the best. They have the most wonderful librarians in the world. Our summer reading program does not work without you. So come out and support. Study Zone does not work without you. So get your kids engaged. Come out and support your local libraries. And if you need something, if you find yourself in the bind, especially with the youth, seek me out because I'm always there.
Wow. Q, thanks so much, man. Anytime y'all have an announcement, come on back, Q.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep letting us know what's going on. Great to have you here. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Wow. Y'all, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, we think about these things as like, hey, they're right here in our back door, but at the end, our backyard. But at the end of the day, like he said it, they need us there. We should be engaging more. These are amazing community hub spaces that have been there for so long, but they also are really working because we connect with them. There's some phenomenal programs y'all heard about and some phenomenal, amazing technologies that are also happening at the library. I can't wait to bring y'all more on that, but I'm excited that he was here to give us a glimpse as to how they're staying committed to connecting with youth and families. Y'all, I'm gonna wrap it all up right after this break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Well, on Fox Face Off, we tell the raw, unadulterated truth.
Fox Soul Face Off.
We are given the platform here with no fear.
Always comes out swinging.
We should be saying, hey, stop shooting and killing people.
Nothing held back.
They wanted black hip-hop moguls and artists to continue the feud.
No punches pulled.
And shut the hell up. You interrupt me all the time.
Tune into the show where opinions collide. Fox Soul Face Off. New episodes weeknights at 9 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The Station, where community happens.
Working with Benjamin has been totally different than working with a traditional bank.
They're real, and they meet you right where you stand.
I was recently funded, and that money has just changed the trajectory of what we're able to do and our output. This has been just more than just funding or a one-on-one connect. It's been an opportunity for us to really grow and connect and build roots within the community.
As a small business owner, you need to put your faith into the right people, and they seem like good people to put your faith into.
Welcome back out to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to Q joining me today. Q Hollins in the building. It's always great to know the people behind the work. And for me on The Day with Trae, that is one of the reasons why we do this. You can go to any of those 50 different library locations through KCLS, but to understand, a person who is upholding a lot of the programming that we're seeing, working with staff and volunteers to make these programs readily readily available to you is a whole other thing, right? And so I love being able to showcase the people behind the work. And huge shout out to KCLS and their commitment to community connection, which is really helping their programs to not only thrive, but to be hitting the families that need them the most. And for those of you who are not certain what your library offers, Q said it, step in, come through, come to the location. You know, you can get information on all of their programming that will give you all of the details about when to show up and how to get your young folks in your life there. If you are a parent, a guardian, someone who has young people in your life that you want them to plug in to these amazing opportunities to stay focused on their studies, to work with peers, to learn from others, please make sure you use the libraries as an amazing resource that they truly are. I'm just inspired, y'all, because, you know, one of the things that I was thinking about in kind of preparation for today was, you know, how many times I have used the library. I mean, printing alone, right? Like, I have a printer at home, y'all, and because I did some instant ink thing, it's like they send it to you, and it's not really like I don't go buy it. I don't know what's wrong with my printer at this point, right? And I don't know how many are like me, but I wanted to share that tidbit because I recognize that me and my son, we are library goers, right? Like, he has his card, he has it on his keychain so he can easily check out books. We go there, he's reading books. We want to stay engaged, not only in reading, but information sharing. And that's what I see libraries as too, a place to not only get information, but to share information. So I'm encouraging you, if it's been a while, you know, dust off your library card, get to the library and see the amazing things they have going on now that you could totally benefit from. Well, of course, y'all, I'm so grateful y'all were joining me today, and thanks so much for being with me. I'll be back with y'all tomorrow. Until then, at 11 a.m., y'all, peace.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.